What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day today. Now, we did have a little bit of a bounce from that dip we took below $10,000. However, we still are finding ourselves in the red today, and it is looking like some of these altcoins and Bitcoin in particular is still trying to push down a little bit lower. So lots of people are running for the hills. Everybody's scared. This is the end. This is the crash to end all crashes. Well, if you watched my video that I put out recently, you can obviously see this isn't really that bad of a crash in hindsight, but having a look right here, you are noticing that we're sort of just hanging around those low $10,000 levels. So I do want to discuss sort of what I think about the situation. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing specifically, what I'm doing with Bitcoin, some of the altcoins that I'm looking at. I also want to talk about an extremely critical historical level right now that we are approaching for Bitcoin. Lots of traders have their eyes on it. If we lose these levels, could we potentially go down to that $8,800 target? I want to discuss that. I also want to talk about the fact that it is the weekend. We are waiting to see what happens with the CME futures opening. That will be happening shortly, right? They actually closed at around 10,625, which means not only do we have the previous gap of 9,735 we're still looking at, but now we have the gap that we are having over the weekend into what's happening right now. So very interesting. I expect a lot of volatility. If you are trading right now, I would be kind of careful. I can imagine it's going to get a little bit crazy as we lead into the beginning of the week. Also, if you guys are interested in trading, by the way, Bybit does have a new sort of rewards thing they're doing right now, and what they're offering is actually you can get 20% off on taker fees. If you're interested, they're not actually offering this for anybody, just to a select few of their affiliates. So if you guys are interested, you can check out the links below in the description. Obviously, right now, very dangerous times to be trading leverage. The Bitcoin price is extremely volatile. I don't recommend that for beginners, but that being said, guys, today I do want to talk about that, the historical trend, what I'm doing, and let's be honest, let's keep it super quick. It is, pretty much the end of the summer over here. We got Labor Day coming up, so I know a lot of you are probably out enjoying yourselves. I don't want to waste any more time. Stick around to the end if you want to get the maximum value out of this video. Also, today is the last day to win a Ledger Nano S. Drop a comment on any video. You are eligible, and I'm going to pick a random winner tomorrow. So let's dive in and have a look at the chart. So having a look right here, interestingly enough, we have come down to the perfect trend line that we have set since back here, where we tried to break above it a few times. It acted as resistance. You could see multiple touches, kind of right here, we didn't touch it. Then right here, we sort of caterpillared along it, right? And boom, and look at this, guys. We've recently come down and touched that level exactly again. So lots of analysts would say, that's it. The crash is over. Perfect opportunity to accumulate, and we're gonna basically be looking for a major bounce. Well, is that what we should expect, right? Interestingly enough, if I actually take that away, having a look at the VPVR behind me right now, which is basically the most accumulated levels for Bitcoin, at certain prices, you actually see that the $9,153 level has been the most accumulated price basically since the beginning of the year. So that could be something to keep your eyes on, right? Now, keep in mind, if we do lose that, the next level is around the $8,700, $8,800 level. And that's why you're seeing a lot of potential traders saying we could be looking for, a bit of a fake out where we go a little bit lower before moving back upwards. Now, I have not changed my tune on this channel. Yes, we didn't have the major breakout at the top, which, let's be honest, there was a lot of resistance, but the overall trend, in my opinion, is still bullish. And I've been saying this, and some people get very bearish because we get this retracement. We have retracements that happen all the time in cryptocurrency. It doesn't change my opinion on the markets. I still think we're going to be going a lot higher by the end of this year. I think we're definitely going to be trading above $12,000 by the end of this year. And I do believe we are still in the beginning of a major bull rally. And what you need to be doing is taking these opportunities for accumulation. That's why it's always good to have a bit of a cash, pile on the side, whether it's USDT, Tether, whatever it is that you're holding, because if you go all in, you can't actually benefit on these opportunities when you have these pullbacks, right? You can see right here, though, as I said, we did close quite high for the CME futures at 10,625. And actually, interestingly enough, we got just down to the bottom right here. Actually, technically the top of the gap. We did not close the gap. Now, I'm not going to get into the opinions of whether or not gaps do or don't have to get closed. I will tell you this, so far, every gap has closed. Even the gap that we had at 11,800 that people said we would never go back up to, we also closed that. And that was after falling all the way back down to the, mid 3,000. So it's kind of hard to say they don't matter. Self-fulfilling prophecy, most likely, okay? Technically, maybe not. I just think everybody looks at it, hive mind mentality, whatever you want to call it, we all it just kind of happens because we think it's going to happen. It's kind of one of those things. So having a look right here, though, as I did say yesterday, we are well above the 200 daily on the daily chart for the moving average, which to me says we're in a bull run, and that level is sitting down here at around 9,000. So if we see Bitcoin close a daily candle below 9,000, and I'm not saying we can't go below 9,000, I think it's a possibility. I'm saying if we close a daily candle below it, then maybe we need to talk about the bearish situation. But you can see right here, we're still above the 21 exponential on the total crypto cap. That's this green line. We've never fallen below it. We got very close. We're still above it. Still no reason for me to be bearish over on that chart. And I want to talk about the major critical level that everyone is looking at. And that is basically the fact that we have this major resistance right here. And I'm going to the wicks, the very, very top of the all-time highs right here and right here. And you can see we had this fake out right here in the beginning of June where we could not break above it. We blasted through that. And as soon as we did, we put in 4 solid weeks of nothing but green skies. So a lot of people got very comfortable with gains. We were seeing things go up 20%, 40%, 100%, right? We had coins like, Wi-Fi doing 1,000x, right? So it got very comfortable for people to see their portfolios go up. Now we're having that healthy correction. But the level that you really want to pay attention to right here is sort of this intersection between where we have, this trend line right here and this very critical resistance. And you can see that level is basically right at around the $9,377 level, right here where both of them cross. So like I said, there is that potential you could come down here, have a wick, and as long as we sort of close up here on the weekly, then I do remain bullish. So we have our daily targets, we have our weekly targets, and basically that would just continue right here on this trend, and everything is basically just how it was, except, well, if you're new, you experienced your first 20% crash, right? So Bitcoin price drops in US dollars, you can just accumulate more Bitcoin, right? Because the goal at the end of the day for me is to accumulate more Bitcoin. Yes, I want more dollar value, of course, but at the end of the day, I get more upset if I look at my portfolio and my Bitcoin value is falling. If my dollar value falls, but I'm making more Bitcoin or I'm able to get more Bitcoin, I'm really not that upset about it, right? So that is basically the main thing. And, just to point out like what Credible Crypto over here said, he said, look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? And he says the bloodshed on altcoins is just here to distract you from longing the most perfect high time frame support resistance retest I have ever seen. Now, am I telling you to go rush out and long this? No. If you want to put in a nice low leverage, 3 to 5x, not financial advice, maybe it'd be a good opportunity. We could be at the bottom, but there is that potential that we do have that one last fake out. We do go down and retest some of the lower VPVR and we wick down into that high $8,000 level. Are you going to wait for that? Am I waiting for that? To be honest with you, no, I'm not waiting for it. I haven't deployed all my capital, but I have been buying Bitcoin. I bought a solid amount at around the $10,300 level. And yes, we've fallen a little bit lower. Okay, so I didn't perfectly time the bottom. But guys, no one is ever gonna perfectly time the top and perfectly time the bottom. Maybe you can do it. I'm busy. I do things. I don't have time to sit there and wait for exact moments. So for me, it's dollar cost average. It's long-term accumulation. I do have extra Bitcoin and I have an order buy down at the $8,900 level. Believe it or not, guys. So if we do happen to retest that, then yes, I have an order ready and open to buy. You know what? If it doesn't get filled, I'm okay with that. That's great. That means we're going to continue to go back to the upside. If it does get filled, awesome. I got to buy Bitcoin for cheap under 10,000, right? And that's kind of like the mind frame that you have to have looking at this moving forward. Now, let's get into some news. We'll talk about some DeFi drama, talk about some altcoins, and I'll let you know some things that I do have my eyes on, right? So first thing we need to talk about is the fact that we had SushiSwap's creator, Chef Nami, or whatever his name is, basically came out and sold all of his sushi and crashed the price pretty significantly. It fell from about $9.50 to about $1.13. Everybody was saying it was an exit scam. He was saying that it was basically like Charlie Lee, you know, how Charlie Lee sold his Litecoin at the top. Basically, he was saying, I'm doing this for the community. I'm getting out of it. I want to give the tokens basically back to the free community. You guys do what you want. Lots of people were upset about that. They don't think that he was doing it for a virtuous reason. They think that it was some type of a cash out exit scam, right? Whatever. That's the situation. Well, now it turns out that this controversial Chef Nomi has actually handed FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried basically over the keys essentially to the project, right? He pretty much is letting him take it over essentially. So since then, it's actually had a bit of a recovery. If you're interested in the sushi coins, I told you guys to be a little bit careful with these coins, but I'm not saying anything against sushi. I think, who knows, Sushi Swap could end up being an excellent platform for all I know. Just be careful out there, guys. $9.50 down to $1.13 is a pretty incredible drop, okay? So having a look, what have I been doing? Well, one coin that I've taken an opportunity to actually load up my bags on a little bit more is actually Polkadot. I didn't get to buy Polkadot as cheap as I would have liked to, as much, and this is sort of this region where I do believe in this blue box territory. Anything sort of below the $4.15 area, kind of down to the $3.65 area is a really good buy. So, you know, if you do see Polkadot come down here, retest, or even go lower, I think it's a great buy in my opinion. I do believe in Polkadot. After dealing with what we saw with Ethereum, with the gas fees, I was really actually disappointed. I'm going to be totally honest. And I'm sorry if I'm offending a hardcore Ethereum fan out there if you are one. Look, I love Ethereum. I hold Ethereum, but I was very disappointed in how Ethereum was not able to handle the volume, doing $35, $45. There was one transaction that I got. It was $100. It costs more to execute the transaction than it does to actually send the money. You know, like, what if I want to do a small transaction with only $100? It costs me $35 to do the fee? That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. I'm going to lose almost half of it in just fees. So we do need a scaling solution. When Ethereum 2.0 comes out, yes, I think it'll be great. We have things like Matic, different layer 2 scaling solutions, right? But for right now, Polkadot, in my opinion, it has a robust ecosystem that's being built. And yeah, I'm going to take a gamble on it. I really am, and we'll see what happens. Maybe when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, all these competitors become absolutely useless and silly us for investing. But in the meantime, I'm not paying $35 every time I need to swap a token. So that is that situation moving forward. But one project in the Ethereum ecosystem, if you are interested in, is actually Swerve, which has recently caught my attention. You actually saw the creator of Wi-Fi, Andre Cronje. He actually came out and had some things to say about Swerve, which was quite positive. It's pretty much a clone of Curve, but without all the controversy, right? It's a little bit more of a fairer distribution. So I have been looking into potential yield farming, which I know I've been a little bit hard on yield farming. Guys, it's mostly just for the things like the vegetables, okay? But I mean, something like Swerve, which is supposed to be a more fair version of Curve, that actually interests me. I could see that having potential, right? Currently today, it's down to about $5.55. Let me give it a refresh. Okay, it's actually gone down to $5. You can see right here, it has a market cap of about 3.3 million. So, I mean, yeah, like that's a pretty low market cap when you consider something of Curve, which actually has a $75 million market cap. So if that's its sort of competitor, then it does potentially have it has a lot more room to grow to the upside, right? Not financial advice. I'm not saying go buy the token, nothing like that. Just letting you know it was something that sort of jumped off the page to me. Another token we had spoken about was OIN. Now, they actually did very well from their token sale. However, they just came out at a really bad time, right? And you can see the token basically came out almost exactly if we go to the full 7-day. I mean, it literally came out, went up to $1.32. This was right before the major crash, and this token absolutely took the beating from the crash. And you can see right here, it's actually at a good buying opportunity potentially, down to about 62 cents. Let me see, is it any lower today? 62. Give it a refresh. What has it done? If this site wants to refresh. It's still at 62. Okay, so yeah, I mean, at a $4.5 million market cap, like I said, extremely low. Yeah, it just came out at a really bad time. I would keep your eyes on that, especially if the altcoins do start to move again. I do think that this is going to be an interesting DeFi project. Like I said, Ethereum has been a bit of a letdown. So that's why I'm looking to these other platforms, you know, whether it be Elrond or Ontology or Polkadot, right? It's always good to sort of diversify, and that's what I have my eyes on moving forward. And another thing too is obviously trading, decentralized exchanges, their volume has gone absolutely insane lately, and Upbots is definitely one of the projects up and coming that I've had my eyes on. I do enjoy trading. It's not for everybody. Trading is very risky. I've had my fair share of losses as well as my fair share of gains. Luckily, my gains have outperformed my losses, but you know, at the end of the day, trading's not for everybody. Dollar cost average, HODL Bitcoin, you can't go wrong. But having a look at Upbots, I'm really excited about this project if you've been following me on Twitter. And they actually have a super big announcement coming out. This is from yesterday, so it's actually in 2 days. And yeah, I mean, these guys look like they're an absolute powerhouse. If you look at their ecosystem partners, look at this. First of all, they have FTX, which has been on an absolute tear lately. You know, they bought Blockfolio, which is insane. Alameda Research, okay, I believe made an investment with these guys. Binance Broker, Reserve, those guys are huge. OKX, Bybit. I mean, just look at some of the names on here, guys. So this thing definitely looks like it's going to be a beast when it comes out. I'm very interested in using it. Definitely check that out. Oh, and if you are interested down here, they do have a pre-registration token giveaway that they're running on their website. If you're interested, everybody loves tokens, right? So check that out. And yeah, but keep your eyes on those moving forward, guys. And for the most part, that's pretty much it for me today. I'm not going to go into too many coins, too many different things. I just wanted to do a super quick update. But yeah, I mean, I've taken this opportunity to accumulate more Bitcoin, accumulate more Polkadot. A few of those altcoins I mentioned as sort of DeFi competitors. Yeah, I mean, look, when Ethereum does get its 2.0, we can have that discussion. But let's be honest. Right now, it's not working, okay? It's a little bit broken, and the average person can't really afford those fees. And to be quite honest with you, I don't want to pay those fees. So it's kind of turned me off on trading right now, especially using the DEXs like Uniswap until they can fix the fees. I'm not paying $35 fees every time I want to make a transaction. So you know what? I'll take my risks and go over to a centralized exchange. I know, not your keys, not your coins, but at least over there, I'm not paying crazy fees, okay? And also a friendly reminder, again, if you guys are interested in that 20% discount on Bybit, I do have the link in the description. And also they're doing a 1 Bitcoin giveaway to some random winners. I don't really know what the credentials are. If you're interested, hop on over to Bybit, check it out. But that is basically it for me today, guys. Hope you are enjoying your weekend. Be safe out there. Could get a little bit crazy with the opening for the futures. I do expect some volatility. Be safe out there. Don't freak out. Have strong hands. You guys know the drill. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. My name is K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.